in many ways, I think a lot of our stress is like emotional constipation, right? We're not in the flow. We block it, we stuff it, and then we do more things to compound it.
So stress is all around us. People experience it emotionally, financially, spiritually, and it has a tendency to stop us in our tracks, or it comes out in weird, unproductive ways towards the people we love. What are some of the ways that we can kind of dispel stress in a good way, kind of use it to our advantage?
I have a sort of funny answer to that, and that is, the simple answer is have an adult tantrum when no one else is around.
Very nice.
What I mean, it's sort of like, if you were to sort of think of it as going to the gym every day, you're exercising, it's emotional exercising. You have built up excess energy. It's stress, but it's energy that is, it's like this. And it wants to come out, and most of the time, because we're civilized, we don't let it out. So a way to get rid of that so that you don't hurt other people, the people who are important to you, or you don't, yell at your boss or do something that's going to, mess you up.
Get you fired.
Yeah.
What we know is that the stress hormones, right, like cortisol, that when you're physically active, you process them. If you're just sitting around and stewing in your head and having that stress response, you're prolonging it by getting out and moving, whether that's, get going for that walk and scream into a pillow or dance. Like, I like to get people dancing again. And you can use whatever kind of energies you need in that time, right? Put on some really loud, nasty, obnoxious music that makes you want to pound your fists. Use things to help you get there. But, in many ways, I think a lot of our stress is like emotional constipation, right? We're not in the flow. We block it, we stuff it, and then we do more things to compound it. So I love that. I love get the tantrum going, let it out.
Yeah, I remember when I was in Ecuador, I created a CD that's a meditation CD with guided meditation with subliminal messages. I am pleasantly calm. And that was about stress. So I sold around 300 copies of those CDs, and I get lots and lots of feedback. It was based on yoga. It was a 35 minutes complete meditation, guided meditation so I put everything which I could, music, subliminal messages. And I had many people, called me back and said, oh, CD helped us. So when they came, then I started talking something different. I said, okay, now you know that you have stress. So let's see what is causing that stress. So then I came to know that majority of the people has two things. So if I have a car, if I have a status, if I have a good job, I have a right to exist. If I don't have that, I am worth nothing. So not first have, then to be. So it should be first to be, then to have. Because you cannot love yourself in parts. Because now the life is so much demanding, and we have created so many things on us. I have to have this. Plus, the publicity sells. We sometimes buy the things we don't need it. And then when it comes to pay, oh my God, how I'm going to do that? So we have so much imagination of having everything in our life to prove ourselves. Like Mesmer knew that we live in a sick society where if you're not efficient, you're worth nothing.
Well, saying no is really a major thing for women. They have the hardest time saying no, because when you say no, it's kind of like you're rejecting someone, and women don't want to be rejected, so they don't want to reject someone, so they tend to want to say yes to everything. Yeah. And so one simple technique that I teach women is you don't have to say no to say no. You can say, I wish I could do that, I can't. I'd love to do that, I can't. And you don't have to justify it. Women feel this pressure, I have to do this and this and this to justify saying, I can't do that, as opposed to, sorry, I'd love to do it, I can't. And in your mind you're going, because I need to go for a walk, or I need to make myself a nice dessert, or I need to go take a hot bath, whatever it might be. You don't have to tell somebody. They don't have control over you. You don't have to give them everything. But, we're talking about stress. This is one of my favorite subjects when it comes to men from Mars, women from Venus, is that we actually have different hormones associated with stress for men and women. Cortisol is universal. Long before cortisol gets produced is adrenaline. And that's why, as everybody's talking about, get it out, throw a tantrum, express yourself, and that is using up the adrenaline. And if you're sitting there and you don't use up the adrenaline, that's what causes cortisol to rise.
So what I'm hearing from the group is when it comes to us as individuals, we need to find better, more productive ways to channel our stress so that we're not taking it out on the people that we care about most.